everyone. Welcome to another full episode of 10K Dollar Day, the comedy podcast about imaginary travel. And this is also a YouTube companion. And today we're talking about coral reefs, wading in bogs, and custom high heels.
I'm ready to go where the people are. I want to see them dancing on those, what do you call them again? Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of 10K Dollar Day, and this one is a video companion. Woo! We're very excited about that. That means that if you're in your cars, if you're at work and you're listening to this podcast like normal, hey, how are you? It's good to be in your ears, but you have the option to go to our YouTube channel. It's 10K Dollar, no it's not, it's youtube.com/10K Dollar Day, and you will see our faces as we tell you all the things that we're going to do in this imaginary luxury travel day. Because this is 10K Dollar Day, the comedy podcast about imaginary luxury travel. So in just a few segments, we are both going to tell you how we decided to spend $10,000 in 24 hours somewhere in the world.
That's right. And I don't know where she's going. She doesn't know where I'm going. And by the way, I'm Allison Burns.
Aw, man, I'm Lulu Picard.
And we're making it work today. In fact, we're so excited because we are actually on location at Stageworks Theater.
On Christmas Day. Not really.
No, it's not Christmas.
You know, when you work at theaters, it's whatever season that you are ready for. So we're here on not quite a Christmas set. It isn't, I think it's a piney set.
Yeah, I think it's a
forest set.
Yeah, because they're doing a musical right now set in like the woods.
They're doing Evil Dead, right?
Right. Isn't that set in the woods?
No idea.
Oh.
Do you think that I've ever gone to a show called Evil Dead? Or even read the synopsis?
No.
No. I mean, listen, if I have a friend that I'm close to and you book the show and it's in a COVID-safe place, I will most likely talk to you about coming.
And then sit in the back.
I went to see Rocky Horror the other night.
Yeah. Well, you've done that show. You know what to expect.
I do, but if you do know that show, you know it's not at all my type of show.
Correct.
I don't like audience participation.
Correct.
I don't like people yelling at me.
Correct.
I don't like being made to feel uncool if I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, like
you
the
know
callbacks.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Had a great time. Had a great time. Kept my mask on the whole time. Made eye contact with all the other people wearing masks. There were 3 of us. But you know what? We were friends. Life is good. Anyway, we're here at Stageworks.
Yeah.
You might know us from our other podcast.
Oh, that's right.
Allison's going to tell you about it right now.
It's called The Daily Happy. You can find that podcast wherever you got this podcast, except it's not on YouTube yet. I don't know. It's 10 minutes a day,
Oh
no
my
longer,
gosh. You
no
just
shorter.
gave us a new project.
It was a
what
hypothetical.
What are you talking about? Every day live at 8 a.m. on YouTube. No,
Can you imagine? But it's 10 minutes a day. We talk about current events. We talk about what's happening in our lives and other people's lives, maybe in your life. I don't know. And it's fun. We try to keep it light. We try to at least end by minute 9. Even if it's a little bit serious, we try to at least, end on a happy.
That's true.
It is true.
We just have to end on a happy. There's lots of stuff going on in the world. We don't ignore it.
No.
But we always try to end on a happy. Speaking of happies, we do have to thank Stageworks for this wine because they don't know that we took it out of their concession stand.
But listen, I will pay for it.
We're going to pay you,
We're going to pay it.
It's just, we're here alone
Yeah.
at Stageworks Theater in Tampa. Thank you, Stageworks and Carla Hartley, for letting us tape here and work here.
Yeah.
But there's also a full bar.
There's a full bar and no one here to tell us what to do. So it just felt right.
Cheers. All right, cool. So welcome to our show.
Here we go.
The first thing we're going to talk about are obsessions. Allison Burns, what's your obsession?
Hold on. I got to grab it.
Okay.
In my head, this worked better. Okay.
Oh,
This.
what is it?
Okay. So, a little backstory. I have a cousin who is literally like my exact same age, and she posted a photo of her face, hi Ashley, on Facebook the other day. She looks amazing. And everyone started commenting on how beautiful she looked and how fresh and young. And she literally said in her post, it's because I do everything that barefaced says to do. And I was like, well, now I got to look up barefaced.
Talk about it.
So I went to this website and I took this face quiz, and it's not cheap, you guys. I was only able to afford right now the Retinol Cream because I needed a new one anyway. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna try this Retinol Cream. And so this is from Barefaced. It's a retinol skin therapy, and I think it was over $100. I think it was like $120. I want the whole thing. All of the things I need from them is like $800. I can't afford that. But I started with the retinol because I do need that. I need to put a little bit of this on your finger. It literally feels like magic. It is the most amazing feeling.
Can you put it here where I have like little wrinkles?
Yes.
Okay.
You want to do it? Because I want you to feel it. Like,
is it gonna feel like ants?
No, it feels like clouds.
Not that finger. This
Why?
finger.
Oh.
Because it's your least strong finger.
Get ready.
That's the one you put on the.
Oh.
Okay. So. Okay. Here we go.
What does it feel like?
A silicone-based serum.
Silky smooth, right?
Yeah.
It feels like clouds.
Like it has glycerin or like silicone in it.
Isn't that amazing?
Yes.
It's
lovely.
so great. You guys, I've used it for 3 nights in a row. My skin's never looked better.
3 days, guys.
It's never looked better.
We're gonna check in with her in 6 weeks.
I'm obsessed. Barefaced. I want everything that you have. I just can't afford it yet. So if you want to sponsor this podcast, we are currently looking for sponsors. You can email our producer, Andrea at 10kdollarday.com. I will promote the heck out of your products.
And I am suspicious, so if you can win us both over, you'll have your campaign.
Halfway there, barefaced.
There you go.
I will go barefaced on the next live or a video podcast.
What are your conditions?
If you guys sponsor the next one or send us some free products, I will go barefaced.
So got
Yeah.
it. So if they send you stuff,
Yeah.
and you get to use the whole thing,
Yes.
then after 6 weeks of that, you'll do a video completely with no makeup.
I'll record, I'll come with you. You don't have to do it, but we'll do one of these YouTube videos and I won't have makeup on. Zero.
Okay,
Zilch,
great.
nada.
And I'm gonna look
nothing.
like $1 million that day.
You'll put
I'm
on
gonna
lashes.
be full beat. She's gonna say, "This is the day," and I'll be
Contouring.
like, "Great! I'm calling Rent the Runway, like full drag queen makeup.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna need a wig cap.
Yeah.
all the things. Okay.
What's your obsession?
Well, luckily, it's true. I wrote this last night,
Okay.
and I wrote down that my obsession was flaming hot Cheetos. And what happened today, Allison?
So we were on our way here to Stageworks Theater, and I got a frantic call that said, "Allison, do you have to stop by the store for anything?" And I was like, "Oh, I can. What do you need?" And she's like, "No, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. It's not a huge deal. It's just something that I don't have time to stop because I already stopped for gas." And I was like, "What do you need?" And she was like, "It's just something that I thought she was going to be like, I forgot my hairspray, tampons, I need something." She was like, "Okay, so if you could just grab a bag of flaming hot Cheetos." And I was like, "Okay." She was like, "I'm just really craving them. I'm just really craving them." And I was like, "Okay, anything else?" And she was like, "Yeah, and dry shampoo." I was like, "Okay." So I found them, and I have to tell you, I have never tried them until we opened that bag.
Thoughts?
They're very delicious. They are hot.
But only after you've eaten a few.
Only after you've eaten a few.
The first couple, you're like, these aren't that bad.
And then they get super hot, and you're like, "Ooh, I need a break." But then that goes away, and you're like, "I want more."
Because you
So
kind of can't remember what they taste like.
It's like giving birth. You don't remember the pain. That's why you have more kids. You don't remember.
Got it.
And then you do it.
I'm glad
And then you remember and say never again.
we clarified that.
But then you forget, and then you do it again. So it's kind of like flaming hot Cheetos.
What's on your wish list?
Okay, my wish list is, I wish, and maybe there is a way, I wish there was a way to punch extra holes in a belt.
There is a way.
With what?
An awl.
What?
It's a crossword word.
All?
I've never
A-L-L?
seen one in person. No, AWL. And it punches holes in belts.
That's what it's specifically made for?
Yeah. To put more holes in
Okay,
belts.
then my wish list is for an all.
Yeah.
Because I was doing this commercial shoot a few days ago, and they were like, can you bring a few belts? And I was like, I have like one belt. So I went to Target, and I was in a hurry, and I grabbed 2 belts, and they're really big, like extra, extra larges. And I like them though, and I lost the receipt. So I want to keep the belts, but I need to be able to punch extra holes. And I tried to use an earring back, and I bent the earring.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I think we all understand why the earring didn't work, but so we don't really have to get into that.
We all understand.
We all understand. I have a question though.
Yeah.
So if they ask you to bring a belt to a shoot, do you feel you have to go buy the belt to bring it? Or do you just say, I don't have one to bring to your shoot?
I feel like I have to go.
No, I'm
buy
just curious because that means
I do.
No, but like, I feel like we should know
We shouldn't have, I shouldn't have to. And I honestly, I could have said, and here's the thing, they didn't even use it. I brought it, they didn't use it. But I should have been able to say like, oh, I don't have any belts. But in my head, I was like, well, I guess I need belts anyway. And
and then you're scared they're never going to use you again because they had to go get you a belt.
And I didn't come prepared. So I bought the belts.
I just want everyone to know that's what's going on in your local commercials. Just actors buying their own belts at Target, losing the receipt, can't return them. I hope you all play the Florida lottery today to win lots of money to pay all those actors.
Yes.
Okay.
What's your wish list?
Okay. I don't know if this exists. I would like an app or a service where when I think of things to text people, because I have insomnia.
Yes.
And I work late at night. It's the best time for me to work. So often I'll think of something that I want to text someone, but it's 3 a.m.
Oh, so you feel like, oh, I can't do that. It's rude.
I don't want to do that. Some people, if I know them and I know that they turn their phones off, like there's like 5 people that are like, oh, I turn it off when I sleep.
Yeah.
Don't worry, you can text me whenever. I text you whenever,
Yeah.
right? But the other day I was like, oh, I need to text that person happy opening. It's 3 a.m. Will I remember at 9?
Oh.
No. So is
Wait.
there a service that either lets you queue texts to send or will remind you, like, hey, it's Allison's birthday. You thought of it at 3 a.m, but send it at a more appropriate time.
I wonder if we asked Siri to send a text at a later time, will she do that?
Hey, Siri, text Allison happy birthday at 8 p.m.
Your message to Allison says happy birthday at 8 p.m. Ready to send it?
No. It also is to Allison Westerman.
Yeah.
Your message to Allison says no, it also is to Allison.
No.
Ready to send
Also,
it?
No.
how come your Siri talked and mine didn't? Hey, Siri, where are you? No.
They don't-
He doesn't
I'm
want.
here.
Oh, he's here.
He's here.
Okay, so you can't.
Right.
Yeah. There's
Wish
got to be a
list.
way.
Yeah. Okay. Here we
Yes.
go, everyone. It is time for
10K days.
Oh.
It's a $10K day, imaginary travel and a laugh or two. As we tell you all the crazy things we wanna do.
We buy top drawer.
But we don't really pay.
So say once you're happy and you'll be our babe.
Perfect.
That's good.
It's good. Come see our cabaret. You or me?
You go first.
Okay. Guess what, everyone? We are about to spend $10,000 in Colonial Williamsburg.
Listen, we're not far off today.
Really?
No.
For real?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah, for real,
Okay,
real.
well, here we go. Colonial Williamsburg. Let's see if there's any overlap. Okay. I'm staying at the Williamsburg Inn.
Ooh.
It's fancy. Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip stayed there twice. That's how much they liked
Wow.
the Williamsburg Inn. Once in 1957, again in 2007. Because they came in 2007 to honor the 400th anniversary of the settlement of Jamestown. I don't really know how English people feel about all this American Revolution nostalgia that we have.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know.
Also, the 400th, I feel like that's such a random celebration.
Well, it's any 100.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess so.
I mean, you wouldn't like stop after one and be like, let's save it for we just had our 200th episode
Yeah, that's true.
celebration.
That's true.
But it didn't feel as big as 100.
It didn't feel as big as 100.
And it is exactly the same amount of work.
It's exactly the same amount of work, if
Huh.
not more.
Actually more, because there was a pandemic in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, you can stay in the Queen Elizabeth suite.
Ooh.
It is a second floor suite. It's called the Queen's Room, but you have to call to find out the price of all
I
their special
know.
suites. You know how that is. I couldn't find it on the internet, but the cheapest room they have is $449 a night.
Okay.
So I'm assuming that the Queen Elizabeth suite, $1,200 a night.
I agree with that.
Okay, so for 2 nights, $2,400. That's a guess, but I think it's pretty on top of
Good.
it. Breakfast. I'm going to ask the concierge at the Williamsburg Inn where the best pancake house is, because they've got a lot of them
Yeah.
in Williamsburg, and I love a pancake house.
Yeah.
So I gotta go. I'm going to go to that pancake house. I'm going to spend $209.91 there,
Why?
just because that's how much pancakes are in Williamsburg.
$200?
It's a lot of pancakes. I'm trying them all.
It's a very specific number.
It is. I'm going to get silver dollar pancakes for everyone in the store.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how that
Put
happened.
a pin in that.
Put a pin in that. All right. Now it's time to get dressed to go to Colonial Williamsburg.
Can you please do the rest of the episode with an accent?
Which accent?
That one you just did.
This fake whatever
The
this was?
British.
Yes. No, because we have British people who listen to us, and
Yeah,
they
and
will,
he loves my accent.
they will drag us across.
I said he like it's one person.
like it's one person. Drag us across the coals.
Pond.
I think you're talking. Yes, drag us across the pond. Hi, Mike in London. I know
Yeah.
she's talking to you.
He loves my accent.
Who doesn't? So at Colonial Williamsburg, which I should tell people if you're not from America what this is.
Yes.
So Williamsburg is a real city, but there's part of Williamsburg that is called Colonial Williamsburg, and it has been kept intact from when this was a colony,
Yeah.
right? And so Jamestown is the same sort of thing. Like they've kept them intact. People can go there and you can eat turkey legs and you can watch them make barrels and wagon wheels. And one of the cool things is at Williamsburg is those are real working craftsman shops. So that's actually where most of our movies get their historical props.
Yes.
Are from the people who make them at Williamsburg. I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to not dress like a craftsperson.
Sure.
I'm going to wear a Marie Antoinette gown
Duh, from...
from Etsy.
I knew it.
It's always from Etsy.
It's always from Etsy.
But here's the thing. So this is how I did that, right? Colonial colonies, 1776.
Oh.
Right? 1776, 1781 French Revolution. That's why I'm wearing a Marie Antoinette dress.
We've got there.
Got there slowly. You can find phenomenal reproduction Marie Antoinette dresses on Etsy for $4,000. And these are custom, they're gorgeous. They look like you walked out of a movie.
Right.
If you want to spend that money and dress that way, you can do it. In this day, I couldn't afford that. So
Because you spent $200 on pancakes.
correct. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with spending $209 on pancakes.
Okay.
My costume is only $297.
Wow.
And it looks pretty nice. So
Yeah.
if you want like an expensive costume that's not $4,000,
Right.
you can also find those on Etsy. And they even show the painting that they designed the dress from.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
like they tried to copy that, which I
that's
think
really
is cute.
cool.
You can also get custom Marie Antoinette heels. These are so cool. They are $385. It's another person on Etsy. They take upcycled heels that they get at thrift stores or whatever. They cover them in silk with flowers and gemstones and pearls. And I mean, they look incredible. And they are custom made for each client. So I want those, but I want them in like real life.
Oh, yeah.
I want these shoes. I want to wear them at home with a dressing gown that is sheer with feathers on the trim. I want my hair to be done at all times. I do not smoke, but I want a cigarette holder. And then I want someone else to answer the door, and I want to be lounging on a chair, and I'll just be like, already? You know what I mean? Like, I just...
Already? I had no idea you were coming.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Help
that's
me
funny.
up. Okay.
Okay.
Vlad, get us some hors d'oeuvres and tea with those little sandwiches. Oh,
Little flaming hot Cheetos.
Vlad just set out the flaming hot Cheetos just now. Yes.
And
Would
the
you like
Milano
to-
cookies.
Would you like to join us for some Pepperidge Farm Milano cookies and flaming hot Cheetos and wine we stole from the concession stand?
It was a twist top.
Oh, we're classy. Okay. Got my fancy shoes, got my fancy Marie Antoinette dress.
Got it.
So they have an acting troupe at Colonial
Ooh,
Williamsburg.
That's fun.
And they put on The Actor's Lament, or The Really Rotten Luck of the Fledgling Theater Company. So for this brand new evening production, here we go. Despite the terrible luck of losing half their troupe at sea, overturning their wagon on the road to Williamsburg, and suffering multiple injuries as a result, the company has held on to high hopes for a bright future. But as they stumble toward opening night, company intrigues and secrets are revealed. Will they open on time? Find out during this open-air evening theater entertainment.
I'm intrigued.
I'm intrigued, and that's also like real stress that I have. Will you open on time?
will you open
like,
on time?
I understand that. So listen, actors at Colonial Williamsburg, I feel like I know you. I've done a lot of theme park work, and I would like to create a kit for you to get through your street theater experience, just in case you've never done it before.
That's such a great idea.
Okay, so I'm going to assume a cast of 3.
Yes.
Only because trunk theater, street theater, usually a cast of 3,
Yeah.
right? A 5-day and a 4-day,
Uh-huh.
because it's a 7-day-a-week park,
Uh-huh.
and a subcast.
Yes.
So that's 9 actors,
Yes.
3 technicians, a 5-day, a 4-day,
Gotcha.
I think. All right, so we're 12, cast of 12 is really
Okay.
what we're talking about. Everyone gets Graythor's, just the actors, they get Graythor's pastels.
Oh, what's that?
Those are those black currant lozenges that people on Broadway use. The one that Julie Andrews said
Oh,
she loves.
yes.
Becky used to use them all the
Yes,
time,
okay.
and they're delicious. They're
Got it.
just so expensive.
Yeah, they are expensive.
So for a 15-ounce box, everyone, $44.95. These are expensive
Yeah.
lozenges. However, they are delicious, and I do love them. They're also aged for 15 weeks.
In what?
I don't know. It says each lozenge is aged for 15 weeks to reach optimum flavor, gummy candy consistency, and nutritional benefits.
Wow.
I don't know. Anyway, that's what you're paying for. So everyone gets one of those. To make a kit of 9, that's $404.55.
Wow.
That is because theme parks are hard on your voice.
They are.
All right, because physical comedy is hard on your body, everyone, I am going to pay for those 12 people. I will pay your hidden fees at Anytime Fitness. So you get your 24-hour gym, all right?
Your hidden fee.
The initiation is $99
Yeah.
for 2. The key fee is $35 for 2. I'm going to cover all your hidden fees. So all you have to do is pay the monthly and go to the gym. That to cover for 9 people is $499.95 for the initiation and $160 for the key fees.
Okay.
Okay? Now, because you're outside and it's hot,
Yes.
it's hard, that's a hard job, I'm going to get you the best mic tape I've ever used.
Ooh.
It is the Nextcare Absolute Waterproof Tape.
Yes.
It is the only, sorry, I hit you, mic tape that I've ever used that stayed on in the park shows at American Stage in the park. So everyone gets their own 2-roll pack because it's COVID, so we're not
Yes,
sharing.
no shares.
Those are $12.95 for a pack of 2 on Amazon. You get them for $116.55 for all 9 people, and your sound technicians will be so happy about it. Now, also, it's going to be cold later, so because you're outside and it's cold, I got everybody a membership to the original Soup Man Soup of the Month Club. Like the soup guy from Seinfeld, the No
Oh.
Soup for You.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you can go onto the Soup Man
That's
website
fun.
and get a Soup of the Month Club, right? So they have chicken noodle, lentil, chicken tortilla for 3 casts plus 3 technicians. Basically, everyone gets a membership.
Okay.
$2,878.56. That's so you have a warm meal.
Yeah.
And so that you can have your warm meal at work. Everyone also gets a Hot Logic mini portable oven. I have one of these. They are amazing.
Really?
It will take your food from frozen to cooked in about 5 hours.
You just plug it in?
You can pack it frozen and plug it in at work, and when it's time for lunch, you have a hot meal. It's really great.
That's awesome.
It's like a tiny little slow cooker that comes with a little pouch. It's amazing. Everyone gets that. Those are only $39.99 on Amazon. Highly recommended. $479.88. They're great for your travel kit, just to let you know. Okay. Also, because you're outside and you'll forget, my darling street theater friends, I wanted to get you sunscreen, but I wanted to get natural organic sunscreen. Why? Because I'm crazy, but also because, did you know that when millions of sunscreen sporting beach goers go into the ocean, 4,000 to 6,000 tons of sunscreen ends up in the ocean every year?
Just by falling off of your body?
By dissolving into the water.
Oh, so
And that's bad for the coral reefs.
yeah. No, I
Okay.
think I've heard that.
Right, so you can find sunscreens that will not harm the
Yes.
coral reefs. And I got one from Butter Me Up, which is the brand that I buy my organic toothpaste from.
Ooh.
And they are on Etsy. And if you start looking at zero waste companies or recycle, like super eco-conscious companies, most of them are on Etsy.
Because they're making their own stuff at home.
It's people making their stuff at
Yeah.
home, and it's all stuff they can buy at the grocery store
Yeah.
or the,
And then they
you know,
resell
whatever.
it.
Absolutely. So Butter Me Up is a great brand. Highly recommend that too. Their natural organic sunscreen is shea butter, mango butter, coconut oil. They each have a natural SPF of 10 to 15.
Okay.
And then she adds non-nano, which means it's just a little bigger so it doesn't go in your pores, organic zinc oxide powder. That
Okay.
is the sunscreen. It won't get into your pores or your bloodstream for a natural SPF protection of about 45.
Okay, that's pretty good.
And this is absolutely coral reef safe.
Interesting.
It comes in a glass jar
Ooh,
or
I like
a
it.
paperboard tube that is completely compostable or a recyclable squeeze bottle that is not compostable. So maybe don't get that one. But it's $20.95 each for 12 people. That's $251.40 just to keep you safe. Then it's time to go to lunch. I'm going to the King's Arms Tavern in Colonial
Ooh.
Williamsburg, and I'm eating all the colonial things. This has been open, by the way, since 1772. That's a lot.
Yeah.
I'm going to have peanut soup.
Peanut
Yeah.
soup?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to have crayfish and shrimp stew. I'm going to have savory cheesecakes. I'm going to have pie with venison and rabbit and duck and dessert that they didn't describe. And so about $80
Okay.
for lunch at the King's Arms Tavern. One final thing for the actors and the technician, because I know you, don't worry, I'm paying for your meal at the King's Arms Tavern, you get lunch.
Nice.
So $9.60.
Actors love free food.
So do technicians. Don't let them lie
So
about
does
it.
most of the people.
Yeah, what
Most
people?
people. What people doesn't?
Accountants must love food.
Yeah.
Sales reps must love food.
Yeah.
I mean, listeners, you're not all actors. I'm sure that you would love a free meal.
Yeah. That's why you go to weddings. You know? Parties.
True.
For the food.
It's not for the small talk.
No.
Okay, so I'm going to the spa. Of course, there's one at Colonial Williamsburg, and for $425, I can put together a day for myself that has an anti-aging manicure.
Oh.
I know.
Huh.
How old do you think your hands look?
Mine, I'm starting to actually get up there.
You think?
Yeah.
Look how old mine look.
Yeah. The other day I looked at my hands and I thought, that looks like my mom. My mom's hand. And I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
and you know that test, right?
No.
Okay, so you can tell the elasticity or like how old you are. Take the middle part, right?
Oh, no, I'm
Squeeze
gonna
really
hate
hard
this.
on the skin. And the slower it goes back down, the older you are. But you have to squeeze first. Try to keep it up.
I'm squeezing as hard as I
Okay.
can.
Oh, right?
Okay, you ready? I drink water.
I know, but I remember when mine used to go bloop, like straight down.
Drink water.
I don't drink.
I
a lot of
also
water.
use up, I told her this the other day, all the old facial serums that I used to buy because I used to be into those, I just put them on my hands now.
That's smart.
So my hands are getting like $7,000
Yeah.
of skincare while my face is just on coconut oil and Vaseline now. My face is like $2. My hands, who knows?
Yeah.
Okay. So I go to the spa, I get a pedicure and a manicure and a massage, all the things. Then it's dinner time. I'm going to Fat Canary.
Ooh.
I'm going to get a fancy cocktail there because they have very fancy cocktails. I'm probably going to hate it because I don't like fancy cocktails.
Yeah.
It's $15. I'm getting crispy oysters. I'm getting pork chop. I'm getting a cheese plate. I'm getting a macadamia nut pie. I'm going to move up my cost by getting a bottle of Dom Perignon. And then sorry, my dinner is $433.20.
Nice.
One last thing to do, Haunted Williamsburg tour. I am absolutely not buying this tour out, and I'm going on a Friday or a Saturday when it is crowded because I want there to be lots of people around me, but I will have fun, and that brings me to my total, which is $10,000.
And I only knew that because her pancake breakfast was so very specific.
Well, I learned from the best.
Listen, our days are very
Similar?
parallel, yes.
Did you go to Colonial Jamestown?
No, I went to Plymouth, Massachusetts.
You did not.
I did.
Do you think we have pilgrims on our minds?
I think so.
Okay.
Because like November.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I am staying in the Plymouth Mirabeau Inn and Spa, okay?
Ooh.
This is a 50 guest room spa retreat. Gorgeous, you guys. It clusters around Monet Pond Gardens with this amazing architecture, interior decor, landscape design that is made to make you feel like you are on the countryside in Paris.
Okay.
Right? Okay.
Wait, where is this?
It's in Plymouth,
Massachusetts,
Massachusetts.
Oh my gosh.
So the one-bedroom suite, it's on the 3rd floor of the manor house. It has this spectacular view of the ponds, has a private balcony, king-size bed, and for 2 nights is $1,014.24. Right?
Okay.
Not terrible, okay? I'm gonna add on though, which I love when places do this, when you go to your checkout at the hotels and it's like, add on a spa experience, add on the champagne and roses when you're right?
Do you want strawberries when you get here? And you're
Yes.
like, sure.
All the add-ons,
Yeah.
okay? So I'm adding on an exotic milk bath.
Shut up. Wait,
Yes.
I've never heard of this. Tell me
Okay, so it's a
everything.
ritual that begins with a deep, cleansing, mineral-rich salt scrub that melts on contact, okay? It gets all your dead skin off, and then you enter a state of bliss as mood-balancing aromatics and skin-conditioning oils absorb deeply into your skin. Then you are draped in a soft, warm cocoon. And the cocoon is made out of a milk protein base, which is rich in vitamins, minerals, and natural plant collagen. And then once you're done, your skin is left feeling like satin soft.
What is the texture of this cocoon?
I think it's like, what's that thing when you make paper mache?
Paper mache.
I think, I think that's what it is. I think it feels like a wet cloth.
What? Hard pass. Hard.
No, but I think it's not like, I think it's warm. Like a warm, wet
No,
cloth.
as soon as, listen, it sounds amazing, but also as soon as you used the word cocoon, it made me think of being claustrophobic when I got those wraps.
I don't think it's like, I don't think it hardens.
So it's just
I think
damp
I think
and
it's a
wet.
damp cloth. Like, have you ever seen new parents that keep their babies wrapped while they bathe them so that it keeps them warm?
No.
Oh.
Wait, Filipinos don't do that. Have you seen people go outside in the rain and they're wearing jeans?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I think you would feel like, is wearing jeans in
Yeah,
the rain.
that sucks. Yeah.
But also, I would try it.
Yeah, I already paid for it.
No, it's good. It's good.
It's
good, good.
$290. So I'm going to do that. Okay. Then I'm going to get breakfast at a place called the Blueberry Muffin. Now, here's the thing. What would you expect the blueberry muffin to have?
Oh, I don't know, muffins?
Yeah, here's the thing. It had 0 muffins on their menu and 1 blueberry thing. It was a blueberry cake French toast, which sounds delicious.
It
So I'm
does
going to
sound
get that for
delicious,
$8.99.
but no muffins?
That's the only blueberry thing. There's no muffins. It's all just like eggs, Benedicts, pancakes, I don't know, toast.
Wait, but that was one of the problems I had in Colonial Williamsburg, because when I started to look at pancake houses, a lot of them only had like 4 pancakes.
Yeah, it's not a
I'm
pancake
like, you're
house.
not a pancake house. That's why I have to
Yeah.
ask the concierge.
Yeah, I know. So I'm gonna get the blueberry cake French toast because that sounds delicious, and then some coffee. So I'm spending about $12 there, and then we're gonna keep, going with the berry theme. I'm going to a Cranberry Bog.
Ooh.
I've never done this.
I've never done that
Okay.
ever. You have to wear the waders, right?
Yes. Okay.
Cool.
So I went to Benson's Pond. They have 40 acres of cranberry bogs. Now, this right now, you guys, is harvest season. September through November is cranberry bog season.
Alert.
High alert, okay? They have their cranberry bogger for the day experience. Like living my best life. So it lasts 2 hours.
Go bog or go home.
Go bog or go
bog
home.
or go home.
Listen, you get the whole bog experience. You get hands-on. You get to participate in the harvest. You get to wear the waders. You get to go out and like scoop the berries and all of this, right? It looks amazing. You also get snacks and beverages. So it's $120 per person, and there's 20 people per experience. So unlike you, I bought this out.
Yeah, that's great.
And $2,400 for this experience.
It's a cranberry
to
bog.
cranberry bog by myself and some waders.
Listen, you don't want to fight for your bog space.
And I don't even know why cranberries are in water. Like, I don't know the science behind it.
I was going to
don't they start on a
say
tree?
things. I think they float if they're good.
Wait, so are the bushes underground? I mean, underwater?
Oh, what a great question. I don't know.
I was just like, how did the cranberries get into the water? And
Cranberries are on bushes.
underwater, and then they float to the
I
top?
don't think they're underwater. I think they pick them and then they put them in water.
Why?
To see if they float.
And
like
then-
witches, because Salem, Massachusetts is very near Plymouth, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
So at one point they thought that cranberries were the mark of the devil, and they would put them in water to see if they would float or not. And if they float, it means that they're safe. I made all
The
that
mark
up.
of the devil?
I made all that up.
What, because they're red?
I just made it up.
Oh.
Don't worry.
That was fascinating. Okay, so then I'm gonna get lunch at this place called 42 Degrees North. It's a restaurant, but here's what's funny. In their about section, it says we're actually located at 41.9186 degrees north, but that's a terrible name for a restaurant, so we rounded up. Like, how funny is that?
I love
So
that.
they're like, don't put that degree into your GPS because it won't actually take you to the restaurant. You need to, put in 41.9186 degrees so that you end up at that mile marker, but it's actually called 42 degrees north. All right, guess what I'm getting? Baked stuffed quahogs.
Quahogs.
What's that?
Clams.
Oh.
They're good.
I didn't know what it was, but I was like, I'm going to try it. Portuguese little necks.
Also a clam.
Oh. Roasted Brussels sprouts and bacon. Tater tot poutine.
Ooh.
Sounds delicious, right?
Yeah, it
And then a
does.
couple of drinks, $80 at the 42 Degrees North restaurant.
Okay.
All right. Here's another parallel adventure that we went on. So you did there was the haunted tour, right?
I did a haunted tour.
Okay, get ready. So I started researching some of the places to visit in Plymouth. There's this place called Spooner House, okay? Keep in mind, everyone, when I was researching Plymouth in general, I didn't know any of these facts, okay? This
Okay.
I just stumbled upon.
Okay.
Which I don't know what it means, but it means something. This
Okay.
Spooner House, okay, it's been around since 1749. It was built for the widow, Hannah Jackson.
We've never told you her daughter's last name because I told her that it would be unsafe. But I guess at this point, it's good to reveal that her daughter's last name is Jackson. Therefore, that's her daughter's name.
Isn't that crazy?
That is weird.
Okay.
Were you weirded out when you saw
Yes,
it?
because I was like, oh, cool, let's look at this house. And her name popped up, and I was like, right?
Do you have a Google alert for your name?
Yes.
Do you get other people's
Yes.
name stuff?
Yes. There is a very, semi-famous, I wouldn't call you like a B celebrity, probably like D celebrity, Allison Burns jazz singer. You actually have AllisonBurns.com. I had to get the other one. But I get her alerts all the time. But it's weird because she's a singer too. So it'll be like singer Allison Burns. I'm like, ooh, what they post about me? And it's like, it's doing a live event at Washington, D.C. Park. And I was like, oh, it's not me.
Where do we rank if she's a D celebrity? Are we like a J celebrity or like a M?
E, F, G. Yeah, maybe like a G.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We're like good. We're good.
We're good.
G stands for good.
Yeah. Can we just be F?
Okay, so it was built for the widow, Hannah Jackson, which is insane, okay? But then it's been passed along, right? So now it's the Spooner House. And James Spooner was a lifelong bachelor, and he lived there in 1954. But here's the thing. Him and his, he eventually got married, and him and his wife adopted this little girl named Abigail. Okay, Abigail got a really bad tooth infection. She died as a child. She now haunts the house. So this home is now the home to the ghost of a little girl who goes through the house and just randomly moves objects. Okay, she likes to move things. Occasionally, she will also stand at the foot of your bed, but not in a scary way, just in a like, I'm here, my tooth hurt. Okay, so there were no penicillin back in those days, so the infection spread, there was nothing they could do about it, and it actually is documented that it was a very agonizing death.
Oh, no.
I know, it breaks my heart. So she's been seen there periodically at the Spooner house. She peers through windows, she rustles the bushes along the alley, and then she stands in different spots of the house. Most of the time it's the bed.
Is she like, invent penicillin?
Probably, yeah, absolutely. Okay, more recently it says, this was just published, that she's been even more active. And I wonder why. Right?
Because the earth is burning.
Yeah, I think so too. I think she's like, guys, it's time. So they do ghost tours, and I only found the ghost tours that were listed, like prices from 2011. I couldn't find anything like now, but back in
That's
2011.
10 years ago.
2011, they were $30 for groups of 10, so that was $300 for a group of 10. So I had to like do the math, right?
Sure.
So I times that by 10 years. So I'm going to pay $3,000 to go to the Spooner house.
Wait.
And take a ghost tour by myself.
So,
Inflation.
yeah, but inflation doesn't just mean you pay it every year.
What?
Like, if you bought a Toyota Camry
Yeah.
10 years ago,
Yeah.
and it was $20,000.
Yeah.
It does not mean that this year it would be an extra $200,000. It might be $25,000.
Oh, it goes up just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
You added the whole price every year.
I did do that.
Yep.
If I take this away, this may be
We're going to leave it. We're going to leave it. You know what? We're going to leave it.
the most disappointing 10K day
No.
in the history of 10K
We're
days.
just going to leave it because you know what? I think what you just said is that you committed to going on this ghost tour once a year for 10 years just to check on this little girl.
Yeah.
And since you committed to that, that's going to cost you 10 years of admission.
That's exactly what I meant.
Yeah.
So $3,000 to visit Abigail.
Okay.
Maybe she'll give me some info about Hannah Jackson. All right. So then after that, I'm going to do the Plymouth Cruise around the harbor. Okay.
Oh.
This is a private cruise. The hourly rate includes the boat setup, cleanup, table linens, candles for each table, hanging paper lanterns, music, a bartender, self-serve coffee, and a cash bar. So it's $525 per hour, maximum of 3 hours, okay? So
Maximum of 3.
Yeah, maximum of 3. I think they don't want you on the boat longer than that. I think it's like, you know what I mean?
Don't get messy, kids.
Yeah, don't get messy. Because it's a minimum of 2. So it's like...
Oh, yeah.
You know
So
what I mean?
basically they're saying you can be here between 2 and 3 hours. That's
it. But they literally word it like minimum of 2 hours, maximum of 3. And I'm also going to set up a bar tab of $500. I'm getting it catered. What's cool about their website is they have 2 places that they recommend. Well, this place is called Mamma Mia, and it does all like homemade Italian food, and they do catering. So I'm doing the giant chicken parmigiana. I'm doing house-made cannolis, a tiramisu tray, and a Greek salad. So that's going to cost me $170. And I'm going to invite the crew that normally works on the boat and their families.
So you paid for the crew.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be like, hey guys, I'm renting this boat out,
Yep.
but I want you guys to come and like hang out, right?
Listen, IATSE, we're thinking of you even when we're not thinking of you.
I know.
You know what I mean?
100%.
All right.
All right, so I invite the crew and their families. We're gonna have some Mamma Mia time, maybe do some karaoke. We're gonna drink, and that is the end of my day in Plymouth, and I have spent $9,023.24.
Wow, unbelievable. Okay, that is how we would spend $10,000 in Colonial Williamsburg or Plymouth, Massachusetts. Just come on over and see all of our colonial places in America. But if we had $10,000 to give away in those places, this is how we would do it. In Williamsburg, there is the Virginia Symphony Orchestra, and I love them.
Oh.
For two reasons.
Yes.
Three. A, they're an orchestra. B, they have a musicians for hire page on their website where they will list how to contact their musicians if you want to hire them individually.
Brilliant.
I've never seen that before.
That's amazing.
That's so kind and cool and generous for your community. I think that's awesome. They also have a program called the Harmony Project. And the Harmony Project started in the 2006-2007 season. This is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Virginia Symphony Orchestra is creating relationships between historically black churches in the Hampton Roads communities, which is a local community in Williamsburg. And it is specifically designed to meet the interest of each church congregation. So they work with these churches. They have to do three things to be part of this program. Number one, the ensembles of the orchestra will accompany the church's musicians for services. Oh. What? Playing the congregational hymns or other service music, okay? Number two, the musicians and or ensembles will present a program to the church's children's youth ministry or to its school where they talk about instruments. The musicians will share about their careers. They'll talk about orchestral music. And then third, the orchestra will do a community concert featuring their musicians playing in one of the church venues. So the whole community will come to that church.
That's so cool.
To see the orchestra.
They've like really thought this out. Like the whole program.
I kept reading it going, you really want to make a difference. I could see all the steps there. I think it's so cool. So I would give $10,000 in a heartbeat to the Virginia Symphony Orchestra. And you can find that link both on our show notes on Instagram. If you're going to our Instagram, you've noticed that maybe we started to put show notes there. Andrea, our producer, is doing that. You can also find it on our blog at 10kdollarday.com/blog. Let's find out from Allison where she is going to give her money away in Plymouth, Massachusetts.
So I found a charity called Score for a Cure. This was started by 4 women who are local to Plymouth who all had breast cancer. And they came together and they started this charity. 100% of all donations go to charity to research breast cancer, and they take absolutely nothing. And what it is there's this indoor charity soccer tournament that they do to raise money every year, and the tournament is held right there at Plymouth Sports Complex in Plymouth, Massachusetts. You can find them at scoreforacure.com. And again, anyone can sign up, and this, they say every year that the spots sell out almost immediately. So super excited for them, for women making a difference in their community, raising awareness for breast cancer, also raising money for research for this, and also being just amazing women who are living with this as well and conquering it. So check them out on our blog or on their page as well.
Perfect. And if you want to meet Andrea, our producer, and you haven't met, and you are a podcaster going to Podcast Movement. No, Podfest Expo. Yes?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Podfest Expo on the 4th, 5th. It's been going on for like a week and a half.
You'll know. If you're going, you know.
If you're going, you know. Then come see us, because on the 5th, for closing night, we are the closing entertainment. What? And if you are going, please go into that crazy Hoova app that we all have to use and just tell me you're coming, because I'm freaking out as a producer because it looks like no one's coming. So please come see us in Tampa. If you are not a podcaster, but you are in the Tampa Bay area, you can still see us perform. On the 4th, the day before, we will be at Free Fall Theater doing a all-original cabaret variety hour.
That's right.
There's a lot of things happening. We've been writing a lot these past couple weeks. And if you'd like to support all of these crazy things we do, especially the free content, not the ones you have to buy tickets for, then you can support us through Patreon.
Yep, you just go to 10kdollarday.com/Patreon, Patreon. And for as little as $2 a month, you can support our podcast. You get the podcast, both of them, The Daily Happy and 10K Dollar Day, for free anytime you want it. So if it means something to you and you have a little bit extra to spare, check out that link. We're also, kind of experimenting in the future with some new stuff and ways you can give back to us. So check that out, because every little bit helps.
Yeah, we will be making some changes in the next couple weeks, or next couple months probably leading into the end of the year. All cool stuff. We're just trying to figure out how to take what we grew during the pandemic and keep growing while our new lives have kind of like become more and more time consuming.
Yeah.
Right? Because
Absolutely.
like we started a lot of projects while we were all just sitting at home. Now we're not anymore.
And now we got to keep them up.
Yeah, so we're figuring that out. You'll see some processes change, but we will always keep you updated. And thank you for just sticking with us through all of those changes. It's so amazing that you're all here in general. We love to hear your happies. I'm going to go to Allison right now and ask her what her happy is.
My happy is that we know people.
What?
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the fact that like we're in a theater right now, unsupervised,
True.
just kind of using the space. We're able to rehearse, we're able to work because we know amazing people and they trust us. And I was like, man, I am so happy that like I know Carla Hartley. And I was like, hey, can we come hang out and film and use your backdrop and drink your wine? Which I didn't ask that.
We
I
will
pay for that.
pay for the wine.
But I just love that I know people that and that people like are giving and want to support us and help, and it's awesome.
That is awesome. You should have gone second. My happy
Is flaming hot.
it is Flaming Hot Cheetos. It is that my best friend bought me Flaming Hot Cheetos. My real happy, though, is that currently, just because of things being delivered and things happening at our house, the garage is not usable currently to park a car in.
Okay.
We've got some stuff delivered. It's taking up places. My sister's having a wedding. We have large pieces everywhere. What this means, though, is the garage is my favorite place to work out. And it means that I don't have to ask to move cars. Like for the next 2 weeks, the garage is empty, which means I always have my favorite place to work out available.
I like that.
Yeah, it's really great. It has the flattest floor.
For like yoga and workouts.
Yeah,
and
like it just has the flattest floor, so I can kind of do
Yeah.
my thing. So that's my happy. 10K Dollar Day is produced by Andrea Canny. If you want to meet her, she will be at PodFest as well. So make sure you grab her and say hi and that you listen to the show. Intro is by Stan Collins. The 10K jingle is by Rockwell and Rose. Graphic art is by Jacob McAllister. The 10K Saturday voiceover is by Charlie Hume. Thanks as always to Buzzsprout. We'll end this the way we end every single episode with friends like us.
Who needs amenities?
Who needs them?
Nobody.